Good morning, everyone. Test mic. Just looking at what the market is giving us. So SPY is a gap down by $2.6, and I'm looking at Nvidia right now. Nvidia is looking very weak, as well as it touched that level, very critical level at 143. So I am short bias Nvidia. It is touching the VWAP right now, but I am thinking of doing a short on Nvidia as soon as it gives us a nice entry. A bit late, so I'm waiting for Nvidia to go to at least 142.60, and SPY right now is at the VWAP. So waiting for a good entry here around 142.80 for a short for Nvidia. So hands is on the trigger. Sorry, a bit late today. 142.50. All right, doing short on Nvidia here, just a small position. We are encountering that very strong support, which is the VWAP. Sorry, a bit late today. 142.50. So the ideal entry here could have been once we have this inverted hammer. So that 142.95, that could have been the ideal short, and then stop loss is just that top of that inverted hammer. What else is moving? SMCI is very strong. It is a gap up, and that gap up there looks like it is gonna test the high of the day. So looking at what SPY is doing, SPY is still weak. Also Nvidia here looking weak here. So I'm adding to my short. Because remember, the ideal entry could have been at 142.93. So that's why I added to my short. So I'm just starting to build up a position here to the short. Stop loss is the high of the day. SPY is hovering around the VWAP, added to my short on Nvidia. So for those of you guys who just get to see this channel, we do live trade every Tuesday, and around 9:30 we were late today. Apologies for that. So right now I am just building up my position in Nvidia to the short. So added to my short here, we are encountering the VWAP again. So very strong support there. We have to consider as well that there's not a lot of volume bar when this one was pushing down, but we do have a bunch of orders sitting at the bid here that is very, very bearish. So right now there's still a bunch of orders, but this trade right here is looking good. This is gonna head to 142 if SPY continues to go down. So the reason why we were short bias with Nvidia is because of what SPY is doing. SPY is a gap down, just looking, and even so covering some. So even if we just turn on our computer like 5 minutes ago, right at the get-go, just looking at the SPY, this big gap down here gives us an idea that the market is weak today. And when I saw Nvidia, how it's looking, you have a bunch of highs here at 150, and after that 150 we did have that pullback. So Nvidia touched that critical level, which is 143, and then from that 143 we did see how weak it is. So that's why I built up my position here to the short. So right now we are still short. We took some partial here, and SPY now is encountering a strong support at 584. So let's see, was about to take some partial, but had key mistake. I added to that position, but my entry here was a good entry anyway, so I am waiting for another leg down. since SPY also, let's see, a lot of volume bar there. If the 1 minute support is not broken, then we will start to take another partial. There is still a bunch of orders sitting at the bid though. And right now, just looking at the tape, 142.11, 12. So there is a wall at 15.13. SPY, so took some partial there. And then now I am just ready to get all out at break even. So the thing that I can see here is that's why I keep switching from a higher time frame, 1 minute and 5 minute. The 5 minute, it quiets the noise. The 1 minute, I look at the volume bar. The volume bar here from the 1 minute, we can see that when it's pushing up, the volume bar is dying. So there's not a lot of momentum for this stock to push higher. That's why I'm keeping some of my position and waiting if the next support, which is 141.91, is going to be broken. So right now, I'm just looking at the tape. Tape is 142.11. There is still a wall at 142.10. So let's see if this is 142 is going to be broken. So not a lot of volume bar here. We are heading to that consolidation. Now testing that 142, boom, 141.97. So now we broke that support. 142, back to 142. Let's see if that can sustain that level. So now 142.10, we are missing some volume bar here. If that's the case, expect the consolidation to happen. So aside from this, let's look at SMCI now created a new high of the day. We're back at 142 here. SPY is still struggling. SPY is still at the VWAP. So yeah, this one looks good. All right, next support that we're trying to break is 141.84. Look at the momentum here. Although this one is not as big compared to the volume bar right here, but we are starting to have that trend where the volume bar is pushing or moving higher, and we're waiting for that 141.84 to be broken. SPY is back at the VWAP. Expect some consolidation to happen here. We are at the very critical level here. Let's see. We do have that moving average at 141.93. Just broke that moving average. All right, 141.84 incoming. So we have 141.80 here. Volume bar is starting to push higher here. SPY is below the VWAP. We are now below that support that became a resistance. All right, SPY back at the VWAP. Let's look at the 5 minutes. 5 minutes still looking weak. Still retesting that support in the 5 minutes. Big volume coming up here at the bid. SPY back at the VWAP. Hands is on the trigger. Boom. All right, perfect. So now we just lost that very strong support. So this is now encountering that support at 141.71. Perfect. We do have still a bunch of volume sitting at the bid here, which is very very bearish. All right, took some partial there. So now, yeah, we're sitting comfortably here with our entry. So with respect to that support, 141, now it's time to put our stop loss lower than our break even. So if this one stop us out, then we're out of the trade. Otherwise, we can still write this down. All right, next trade. So there are a couple of, okay, so that stopped me out. But we were able to capture that move. All right, so one trade, NVIDIA, to the short. Now it's, yeah, SPY now is above the VWAP. So next trade, PayPal. PayPal is very weak and PayPal does not have a lot of volume. So we'll skip PayPal for now. No movements. All right, IONQ is a float of 186 million, so definitely not a low float. It is an inside bar, so it will be hard to trade an inside bar. Next one, SE, not a lot of volume as well, not a mover. Let's look at what NVIDIA is doing. So NVIDIA, this can also just be a short squeeze where the shorts are trying to cover their short position, but we are too far from a good entry to a short side, which is at this level, 142. So yeah, I'm not going to be entering any trade at this level. Next one, what is AMD doing? AMD countered that support at 137. I don't like that there's so many wick and it's not a clean trade. If I put a square right here, there's not a lot of movements there. What I need to see is the wave where you have like this, and I'm not seeing that in AMD. All right, IONQ, the reason why I'm looking at this one is because of this doji, but I don't like that it's an inside bar in the daily. NVIDIA here, yeah, we're talking about just a 50 cents move. The easy trade in NVIDIA happened already at this level. DJT, it's DJT. DJT, is this the Trump stuff? What I don't like about DJT is it's an inside bar inside yesterday's candlestick. So expect that this is going to be a range kind of day for DJT. BABA here looking very interesting at the 5 minutes to the short, but let's see, 87.93. Yeah, we're talking about 50 cents only, so that's not a lot of move. Okay, IONQ, look at this one. It's not short because of this red candlestick here is not supported by a volume bar. Walmart, 10 million. I don't like that they're so big of a wick that you're just gonna get chopped. So NVIDIA here, short squeezed, and then now ready to go down. SPY is just heading back to VWAP, so just doing some sort of consolidation there. SMCI now pulling back. So what I would like to see SMCI, I am long bias at SMCI, is to do a 9 EMA. So for this SMCI to touch 9 EMA, and then from there we can enter to the long. So that can still take some time because it is just a 26 BKT. I don't like that. Okay, so you can already tell this one from 20 to 22. Yesterday looks like it had a couple of jump here from 21 to 23. So not as clean. Plus, it's not shortable. All right, SMCI. We're waiting for SMCI to touch 26. From 26, then if the bid and the ask give us more volume or more orders sitting at the ask, then it can be a potential to the long. So even before a stock move, you already have in mind what is it that you're waiting for. So for SMCI, we're waiting for this one to touch this level, which is the support, 25.67. And if that level is supported, then we can enter it long with a stop loss, of course, below that stop, below that entry. Amazon, what is Amazon doing? So Amazon reached that moving average right now. Yeah, I am short bias Amazon, but let's see the 5 minutes or the 15. 200, 201. Not a lot of volume bar here though. That's the thing that I don't like. Yeah, but how it looks like with that moving average, I am short bias Amazon. All right, where are we looking at? SMCI. So the way to trade this high price stock, you just have to lower down your volume, your size. Oops. Yeah, the good entry here to the short is at 200.7. So let's see, 200.7, 66. $5.1 million. We are at the VWAP here. 200.77. Not the ideal trade. That's why I can't just pull the trigger because yeah, not an A+ setup. You have 201, 200.95. Not a big gap down there. We are heading to that support, which right now from resistance was converted to a support. So that's the thing that's making me not want to touch that. All right, so NVIDIA again. I would like to short NVIDIA if it retests 142.76. JT now looking weak, 30.42. The thing that I don't like here is it's a big inside bar, big candlestick yesterday. And if we have our stop loss 30.34, but it's moving so tiny that it's hard to make profit out of that tiny move. So what we're looking for is the wave. All right, BABA here. BABA is weak. 87.92. 87.50 cents as well. So not a lot there. All right, so let's move on.